Before dawn paints the horizon, clusters of fishing boats glide quietly out of the harbor, their spotlights cutting golden streaks across the dark water. Beneath them, massive shoals of sardines churn through the deep, shimmering ribbons of silver that sustain entire coastlines. Each week, nearly 800 tons of these fish are brought ashore, generating close to $4 million in value. For many communities, sardines aren't simply seafood. They are the backbone of local trade, factory jobs, and daily meals. When the morning light breaks, the port erupts with motion. Ice hits the deck engines. Thunder awake and heaps of silver catch reflect the first sunbeams. Fishermen rush against the clock because in this business, freshness is currency, and every minute matters. This is how small fish power a global supply chain, the relentless beat of the multi-million-dollar sardine harvest. Below the waves, endless clouds of sardines move like living currents, millions of bodies flashing in unison, shifting direction as if controlled by a single mind. They follow the sunlight and drift with plankton blooms from Portugal to Morocco, from Chile to Japan. Though small, they are the ocean's foundation, sustaining tuna, seabirds, dolphins, and even whales. Entire marine ecosystems begin with this tiny, restless traveler. Each spring, warming waters trigger one of nature's great migrations. Females release tens of thousands of eggs that drift with the tides. Weeks later, transparent larvae transform into the sleek silver fish that merge into kilometer-wide shoals. Their lives are short, 2 to 4 years, but their impact is enormous. Sardines prove that even the smallest creatures can uphold the balance of the entire ocean. When night swallows the sea, steel-hulled vessels push into open water guided by sonar, radar, and the fisherman's instinct. They search for one signal, the faint glow of a dense school moving beneath the surface. A sudden shout cuts through the darkness. Floodlights flare. Massive nets sweep the water. Crewmen pull in unison as the sea erupts, thousands of sardines flashing violently in white foam. Within minutes, decks glisten with silver, and the air fills with salt spray and adrenaline. But the catch must be iced immediately. Temperature drops preserve quality, and every minute lost erodes profit. Ice brine and rapid chilling turn chaos into efficiency. By dawn, the fleet turns homeward, hulls heavy with the night's harvest, hearts still pounding from the rush of the chase. Once the boats reach the harbor, the real race begins. Every sardine must reach the factory within 3 hours to maintain peak freshness. Sunrise transforms the port into organized chaos. Forklifts zip across wet pavement. Ice-filled trucks line up in rows. The smell of the ocean fills the air as tons of shimmering fish disappear into the processing plant. Inside, everything runs with engineered precision. Conveyor belts hum. Workers in white uniforms sort and clean sardines at incredible speed. High-pressure jets wash away debris before the fish move into the steaming and canning stages. The aim is singular: preserve the flavor of the ocean. Each can receive the exact amount of brine oil or tomato sauce before being sealed and sterilized at temperatures beyond 240 degrees. The result is a product that stays fresh, safe, and flavorful for months. Minutes later, freshly labeled cans roll out boxed and ready for export to more than 40 countries, from Asian markets to European kitchens. On the production floor, the rhythm never slows. Every clatter, every hiss of steam signals another batch of silver wealth entering the global food chain. As sunset paints the sea in gold, the day's harvest becomes a reminder of both abundance and responsibility. Behind every can of sardines lies an ecosystem of workers' boats and coastal towns tied together by tradition and the demands of modern trade. But sustainability now drives the industry. Fleets follow strict seasons, protect spawning grounds, and use advanced sonar to avoid catching immature fish. Technology has shifted from exploitation to stewardship. For coastal communities, sardines remain culture, livelihood, and identity. And for the ocean, they are the pulse that keeps the marine world alive. When night returns and boats push out once again, the sea seems to breathe, promising that the silver tide will keep returning generation after generation.